And we're back for our part 2 of the Spinner Rack. Okay, we're going to start real quick. Green Lantern Secret Origin, issue 29, Jeff Johns and Reese. Ivan Reese. He's back.
I love this book. It's my favorite book on the stands right now. I've said it before, and I will say it again. But the great thing about this issue is, even more so than issue number 1, this is a great starting off point. If you've never read Green Lantern before, this is the issue you should pick up.
Well, that's why Jeff Johns did this issue, because he knew so many people jumped onto Blackest Night, and not so many people knew about Hal Jordan's origin.
Yeah, that's part of the reason. And this issue starts off when Hal's 10, when his dad dies, and it goes all the way up until when he joins the Air Force, and he meets one of the main cast members of Green Lantern for the first time in this issue. And at the end, we have a nice little part with Abin Sur on Yasmalt, which is basically planting the seeds for Blackest Night.
Now, what's your theory? He's going to come back as a what lantern?
I don't want to talk about that yet. It's too early.
Too early?
Too early for that.
He has a theory. It's actually pretty good. It's pretty good.
It may be nothing, but we'll see.
The artwork on this is fantastic.
Phenomenal.
Ivan Reese is maybe best in the series. I love how he did this. He makes the transition very well from modern day Hal to Hal as a kid.
Yeah.
And
it's
really fantastic.
And the only real complaints I have about the book is it starts off, in case you didn't know, Hal Jordan's dad dies when he's a kid. That's one of the major turning points in his life. The book starts off right basically when his dad dies, and I'd wish that they'd had a little more time with Hal and his dad.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that. But there's some great stuff. But we meet his entire family, his mom and his 2 brothers, and we meet Carol Ferris as a kid. We meet basically the entire cast in this one issue. It's a great introduction. Never read the book? Pick it up.
Yeah, it is really fantastic.
It's awesome. But be warned, there's no action. It's all character driven.
A.
So
what do you give it?
A. I love it.
Okay. Can't even get an A+. Wow, it really has to get good. Okay. X-Men Legacy.
X-Men Legacy, great book. Right from the get-go. Carrie's just really driving home this character-driven story, and it's really, really... I can't get enough of it, is basically what it boils down to. I wasn't the hugest fan of his last arc right before it turned into Legacy.
Yeah, I didn't like it either. No, but it
seems
like
before Messiah Complex?
Before Messiah Complex.
Before Messiah Complex.
With his villain-based team, and it wasn't that great, in my opinion. But there's a lot of interaction between Magneto and Xavier, really, really character-driven. The art is phenomenal, both artists. There's...
the cover features the Brotherhood of Mutants, and just so
Billy Tan and Scott Eaton.
Yeah, we got Scott Eaton doing the main art, and Billy Tan, who I love doing the flashback issues.
Yeah. It's not flash. It's like, I guess it's like flashback dream issues, because Xavier is in a coma from Messiah Complex. For anyone that didn't know, he got shot in the head.
Billy Tan did the Rise and Fall of Shi'ar Empire.
Yeah, yes, he did.
And I happen to actually like that. You guys can make
a lot of people hated it. I really thought it was a great arc.
Did you read Emperor Vulcan?
No.
No?
I'm not
It was good, like, aftermath. Still left everything up in the air, so...
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, Magneto, for anyone that didn't know, is depowered after M-Day.
Well, you said it's
still up in the air, because back in...
well, it says right here, the depowered Magneto.
Yeah, but I'm saying that at the end of an Uncanny issue, a little while right before it turned into Messiah Complex, there was a little line dropped at the end of an issue saying that I still know you're still a mutant. So we don't know.
So I guess that is up in the air, but I give this a B. I'm an X-Men fan, but I think it still could do a little bit better. I didn't like the ending at all.
I'd give it a solid A-. I mean, yeah, there's not really that much action. There's a little bit in there.
Yeah, but Professor Xavier and Magneto are the meat and potatoes of
yeah,
the
exactly.
X-Men.
The whole philosophy is going against each other, and where they actually meet. I think it's great.
Good.
I think it's great.
Let's just put it this way: a certain character is having some issues, and then all of a sudden he's strong and well to go and fight. But that's why I give it a B. Not really consistent in the last 3-4 pages. All right, moving on to our speeding bullet round. Okay. I told you, no one dies in comics. You can't really fire that gun anymore.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, we are going to start with an Ultimate Iron Man Ultimate Iron Man Volume 2, Issue 4. Now, the big thing about this issue, it's no longer a 4-issue miniseries. It's a 5-issue miniseries. Orson Scott Card, who is a New York Times selling best novelist, has not been able to wrap up the story, which is a good thing, because there was really many directions he could have gone with it. Pascal Ferry is doing Volume 2 of Ultimate Iron Man. Don't like his artwork at all compared to the Kubert art in Volume 1. The storyline is still fantastic, and we find out at this issue, the last page, who has been trying to kill Tony Stark and his father. And let's put it this way, it is someone you will never have guessed. I give it an A. I liked it a lot.
Okay.
Then my advanced review of Cable.
Which comes out next week.
Which comes out next week. But this is Cable number 2, but I really consider it Cable number 1 because it kind of is just a Bishop. It tells you how Bishop got to where Cable is today, and it kind of took place way before issue 1. It's a good story. It tells you a little bit about Bishop, what happened to his arm, how he got his cybernetic arm, who he got it from, and how he's been time traveling.
Who bit it off.
Although we know that.
We saw that, Messiah Complex.
Yeah, Predator X.
Predator X. Okay, so pick up the book if you want to know about the Bishop backstory, or if you want, just go to issue 3 of Cable. That's when the real action starts.
Yeah.
I give it a B because so I'm being picky this week.
Okay, my speed round book is Ultimate Spider-Man number 120. Now, this is the third part of Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, which is obviously a throwback to the old TV show.
From the 70s.
Yeah, with Spider-Man,
Iceman,
and Firestar. And I kind of felt this last part was kind of anticlimactic. We find out that Liz Allen, a close friend of Peter and Mary Jane, since they were kids, turned out to be a mutant. And the irony is she was a mutant foe before that. She's the ultimate Firestar. And Magneto comes to her, says how he wants to introduce her to her estranged father. And the book was good up until the end when you actually find out who the dad is, and it's just such a letdown. It's
pretty ridiculous.
Lame.
I'm not gonna lie.
I did read this issue because you told me.
So it was a really anticlimactic part of the story. The entire storyline was fun. You know, it had Human Torch, Iron Man, Spidey, the X-Men show up in this one, Magneto, everybody.
And we find out who the new Ultimate X-Men team is in this.
Yeah, they kind of ruin the next issue of Ultimate X-Men for us.
So if you don't pick this up until Ultimate X-Men 93 if you don't want to be spoiled.
Yeah, because this issue takes place after X-Men 93.
What do you give it?
I give it a B.
B?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now I got another 2 here. Countdown to Final Crisis number 5. Trash. Look at this. Wait, there's a fire? See how there's a fire here at Statue of Liberty? Maybe they're trying to burn the book. Symbolism of how bad this book has gotten.
There is a cool thing about this cover, though.
Yes.
This is actually a throwback to a cover of
the last Commandy, the last boy
on Earth. Yeah,
now,
almost an identical cover.
The grandfather that is looking for his daughter and grandson, we find out who he's looking for, and we find out a little bit more about the Great Disaster. Everyone on Earth is dead, of course. This is another book. Okay, this is another book with just narrative, real garbage. I'll give it a D compared to last week because I like the ending. The ending was cool. Don't pick it up though if you don't really care.
Okay, Matt,
all right, my lightning round. I did Teen Titans number 57. You know, I'm not even the hugest fan anymore. I used to love this book, and then McKeever took over at issue 50, and it all just pretty much went to hell for me. I don't know. Yeah. The art's beautiful. Barrows does a pretty good job on it, but it's it's centered on Ravager throughout the entire issue, and then a little bit with Tim and Cassie on the side. Really not that interesting. Beautiful art, though. I'd give it about C just based on art. Story-wise, not that great.
Bring back Johns.
Correct.
Even Beechin was better.
Beechin was pretty good. My advanced review on Young X-Men.
Which comes out next week.
Which does come out next week.
Yes.
Now, I am your biggest X-Men fan out there, but garbage. Straight up garbage. Anybody who's a fan of new X-Men, I wouldn't even bother. It's just the art is awful. Paquette is just a mess with these characters, and just he just decides to change. Guggenheim it's not good. I mean, he just takes characters that we've already established, who already have characters, and just changes it on us, and it just.
He said he's taking it in the direction that we won't find out till the end of issue 3. That's the direction.
That's fine, and I understand that, but I'm not a fan. I would honestly, simply because I'm hoping for it to get better, I'd give it a C. But
Guggenheim is pretty hit or miss.
Yeah.
Guggenheim is pretty hit or miss.
Okay. Well, just real quick, our 2 spotlight books, All-Star Batman and Robin. These are the 2 books that you should be reading, in my opinion.
And All-Star Superman.
All-Star-
Forget this crap.
Okay.
All-Star Superman.
The
Grant
end of
Morrison,
this issue.
Frank Whitley, enough said by the book.
Frank Miller, Jim Lee.
Frank Miller. Who's Frank Miller?
See, the only thing you got
Listen,
going there with
is
you
Jim
is Jim
Lee.
Lee.
Is Jim
Listen,
Lee.
read this at the end of the issue. You will see
Oh,
where the book
sorry.
is. You will see where the book is headed. Okay. Thanks for tuning in. If anyone has any questions or wants us to review a certain book next week, comics@ogenoDOTcom.
And thank you for Matt for sitting in with us.
Yes. Hopefully we will see you next week.
Mhm.
There's
I'll
some more
probably be
X books.
around.
All right. Excellent. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, guys, ogenoDOTcom, May 29th is our official launch.
Mark it on your calendar.
Yes. Subscribe.